Hello everyone, my name is Chris. In today's video we will take a look at one of the games I played with my friends. We are currently running model 1887 with an APS, jump pad and a defibrillator in a double heavy medium composition. And I am very much sure that this is the strongest composition you can possibly run in the finals if you understand how to properly execute it. So we are currently running triple shotgun setup and one of my players is going for the charge and slam. I'm also running an APS, jump pad and a defibrillator, and the reason why I am swapping out the zipline is because we almost always have enough movement and time to close up the distance, but we are kind of lacking the positional game in the sense that I would want my teammates and myself to be very safe. I would want them to be in a situation where we are not getting dropped, we are not getting bubbled on, and it might turn into a complete disaster like you would see here. Imagine that I would have placed my APS a little bit better than I did right now. So we are being approached by the player with the flamethrower and yep, boom, drops. Oh no, I would definitely go for the Defib here or for the res, but my teammate is one of the best players in the world, so he kinda feels like the ego spikes. Was like, why would I be afraid of some random guy in ranked, right? So as you can see here, we had the chance to reset and we are taking position of power on the high ground. It's very important to notice if your opponents have an APS on their roster, because if they do, playing one below is never going to be a great option for you, because you will end up in a situation where they just place it and now you don't run C4s because C4s are pretty useless and your only option is a red barrel, which is pretty unreliable to say the least. As you can see, the macro situation on the map allows us to go and grief other team, and this is exactly what we are doing. We kind of don't care because, again, instead of playing the right way, we are playing for fun, and sometimes it means that we're gonna be playing like idiots, and we're gonna play a lot worse than some plat players that, you know, just started learning the game. But it is the way it is. So we are approaching from the side. It is pretty impossible to steal in this situation, but again, double heavy composition makes it a little bit better for us. I died like an absolute idiot, and it is important to be the person that has to save the team, because if you take a look at our money situation... Wait, did we steal? Oh, so we actually stolen. Never mind, this is double heavy composition and you would never be able to steal that with heavy medium light. You will never be able to steal that with double medium. But here, unfortunately for our enemies, we are running very overpowered stuff with double mesh, double bubble, 8 barricades, APS. It's incredibly difficult to do anything, right? And there are players that think that this composition is really easy to counter, just don't close the distance, but it's an objective based game where you have to play around the objective, and at some point you have to take the responsibility and push them, and they just have triple shotgun, 8 barricades and APS, double bubble, double mesh. So it's like borderline impossible to do anything to win the game. Right. I feel like defibrillator can easily be swapped for double movement. If you feel like it, I am just testing out builds, I'm testing out my possibilities and limitations. So it's almost always very nice to have a defibrillator, especially if your team is not consisting of experienced players that are dying too much. Defibrillator is a gadget that allows you to erase positional and mechanical mistake of your teammates, but if they are not making positional and mechanical mistakes, you end up in a situation where it's just a waste of your space. But then again, every single situation, every single map mode is different, every single playstyle is different, and of course it has its time and place. As you can see here, heavy just got completely annihilated, just so as the medium, simply because they are trying to push into a shotgun. It doesn't matter what weapon you choose, if you are not going for a mirror, you will end up in a situation where you die. It's very important to note that when you end up in a situation where you are... oh, poor soul. When you end up in a situation where you are stealing the cash out against players that are still alive and ready to interrupt, they are not severely wounded, they are not out of position, they are not playing far, you always have to steal and fight. You have to steal and fight. By the way, this was insane. Did you see what happened? He just right-clicked both of us with one right click at the same time with a dagger. Yes. I don't understand what developers are doing with updates like this, but this definitely should not be in a game. Trust me, no. You don't want that in a game. No. You can do the same with a sword now, because it has a piercing effect. You can do the same with a sledgehammer. So imagine they are stealing the cash out and stacking up onto each other. So, you know, something is utterly wrong when your light player with the dagger has more combat score than, like, two of my teammates. He probably received like 2000 combat score from just killing us and interrupting the cache, because it's not purely calculating your damage, but perhaps it goes for some different metrics that we never know about. So here again we have time to grieve, and I'm almost always placing an APS on the cache out so people don't do some silly stuff to us. And then here, notice how I yoinked a person's trophy like pretty much across the room, and people waste so much time trying to run into the trophy, and then they waste so much time trying to do stuff. Like, it is so broken when you are playing shotguns and people are just like chasing into you. Nothing you can do, honestly, just nothing you can do. As you can see here, we were able to 2v3 the team that were playing ranged weapons, and of course you have to change your playstyle. It's not like you can kill people across the map with it, but if you learn how to do it, it becomes a very deadly weapon. Like, I am just farming some free damage, and the coolest part about playing with a shotgun is the fact that you really don't need to expose yourself. You really don't need to end up in a situation where you are not moving really fast, and a lot of players have very low FPS, they have pretty bad tracking, so you will end up in a situation where you are just running around people and they have absolutely no clue how to hit you, because they are standing stationary while you are consistently moving your body. So this is one of the coolest parts about shotgun, and you can poke people like around the corner, which is also really nice. Of course, your range damage is utterly terrible, and you can only poke people and soften them up instead of trying to kill them. But then again, realistically, how often do you kill people that fast with Scar, right? Especially if you haven't placed a lot of time into aim trainers. So this was the first round, incredibly easy, nice. Moving on to the second round, and I am trying the zipline instead of the defibrillator, because I found myself in a situation where I used it once in the previous round and it wasn't that useful, right? So, oh, they actually destroyed my APS, which is really interesting. They have enough utility for that. Maybe they're running frag grenades, maybe something else, but we'll end up in a situation where they spent so much utility, pushed just to die from cringe in a second. Again, notice how I am not rushing forward, even though I'm playing with a shotgun as a medium player in double heavy composition, as a medium in heavy medium light compositions. It's incredibly important to not receive any unnecessary damage. Your heavy players can absolutely carry the game for you if you trust them enough and they are good players. If they are bad players, no need to be a boss babe. You just go and find better players. Like, a support role is a very feminine role, and if you end up in a situation where you have to make money and not take care of the house and kids, the whole hierarchy is falling apart, because my gadgets are created to protect, and no, my gadgets are not created to protect, they are created to make sure that my heavies are healthy and alive. And if I'm gonna go and run like an idiot, we will end up in a situation where they are absolutely not healthy and absolutely not alive. I have no idea what is happening here. My heavy player dropped and we ended up in a situation where it was very, very uncomfortable for me to reset. Like, I don't have a defibrillator, but even if I would, this is absolutely lost. Like, he hasn't he wasn't been able to inflict any amounts of damage onto enemies, and we end up in a situation where it turned out pretty bad. So notice how we're just waiting for coins, and then we're gonna reapproach. One of the worst things that can happen to you is you fully wipe, you're gonna end up on the other side of the map, and it's just gonna be pretty ugly for you, right? So here I'm like looking for targets to shoot. I really cannot find them, and it's important to not be greedy in situations like this. I would rather kill a team that is going to cash it out than to lose my life trying to steal it. But again, if you're playing double heavy, you just go and steal, and a lot of players are gonna be very forgiving when it comes to, you know, that kind of situation. So here I'm just rezzing my teammate. Nope, I'm not doing that for some reason, and we are running away. It's okay, purple team stole it. They will have plenty of chances to lose it all, and we are still second place. We still have 6,000. We haven't wiped, we haven't lost all of the money, and yep, farming some more kills. Boom, boom. This is beautiful. It is so satisfying to play shotgun. I just I find myself in a situation where I absolutely love playing this weapon. It doesn't require that much effort when it comes to your tracking abilities, when it comes to your like reaction time. You can just kind of read movement of your enemies, and you will end up in a situation where you just click them, right? If you are slow and accurate enough. One of the worst things that you can do with medium shotgun is the fact that you are being hasty, unnecessarily hasty. The fact that you are trying to rush when in reality you don't have to. Like, look at this light player, poor soul, just got absolutely annihilated and two-tapped. And notice that he pretty much haven't missed a single bullet on me, yet I had more than enough HP to really miss one shot and still hit him. So with Scar it would be a lot harder to do anything against him, right? Here we are going to blow up the roof, if I recall correctly, and then I really want to play on the roof. Maybe we're gonna take ultimate height here. What are we exactly doing? I'm gonna help my teammate. We're just gonna group up together, slow reset, and then approach this cash out. If I were to be in a situation like this on the tournament, I would definitely take the position on the metal thing, right? And then, oh no, this is the no, guys, please don't. You are playing against 3 shotguns. You don't take this, no. So if I were to be enemy team right here, I would have zipped towards the metal thing, and I would have looked at us from above. Maybe I would have landed a nice RPG, dropped one heavy, and start pressing W on the people that are still remaining on the roof. But then again, you end up in a situation where you are playing against a very experienced team, and I would have just called the jump pad. We would close up the distance with mesh shield. I would place a jump pad. We would pad on them, double RPG, double bubble, double mesh. It's over. It's over. Like, shotgun is still the strongest weapon in the game because 95% of cash outs are in very closed environments, and even if they are open enough, you can still make them closed by using barricades, by forcing people to, you know, do stuff. And then like this poor soul really wants to do something with a flamethrower. Like he it's just a complete disaster. Again, like, unfortunately, the current state of the game, it is not balanced to the point where you can play any weapon and compete at the same level. I don't know. It's just the damage is too extensive, right? You can easily bring a medium to half HP, and then it's gonna take like 2 heavy bullets to finish him off. So the power of friendship on this one is insane. Notice how we cashed out the cash, and I'm just running away because my main goal is to be the least idiot person on a team. My main goal in the game is to be a person that's not dying for free, that is not giving up the advantage. Because notice the situation on the map right now. We have 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock, 27,000 in the bank. If we wipe, we're gonna fall almost fall below qualification line. We're gonna have like 21, 22,000. And we would have to go and steal 22,000 cash out. And it's gonna be very RNG-like. So what we have to do is to protect 6, period. You just protect 1 cash out, and you will end up in a situation where you are second place for sure. 100%, million% second place. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna go, and punch, throw it away. So you throw, and then you punch at the same time, and the cash out is gonna fly further than it ever was. Like boom, like this. And I'm throwing it away from caches, so people don't have the chance to go and place it in. Here I am just closing up the distance. Usually you can go for a technique called anchoring, when you are just sitting in a corner while 2 of your teammates are griefing the team that you don't want in the next round. So, but here it's unnecessary because it doesn't matter what we do, we're still gonna end up second place. So I'm playing kind of accurate and not going in, but at the same time I'm really I really want to farm some YouTube clips, especially with the shotgun, because it's so satisfying. So I'm like, yo guys, can some of you like semi-anchor, in the sense that he's not gonna commit, he's gonna play his life. A heavy is incredibly difficult to kill because of your effective HP pool and ability to really dominate and run away in, run in and run out of fights effectively. So here I'm like placing an APS. It's important to choose a proper engage timing. Like notice that one team died, another team are just respawning, and we only have 1 light. So realistically he's not gonna be able to do anything against us. Even if he stuns, nothing is gonna change, right? So here we're just gonna drop. One of my teammates is not dropping. We don't care if they take this cash, we are just taking it for funsies, right? And here I am playing as close as I possibly can. So I interrupt it, but at the same time I waste time of enemy players. And as a result, because of our proper engage timing and ability to assess the situation, we were able to win with a very nice advantage. Anyways, that was it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.